Hello, my name is Angie. I am the Reader Services Librarian here at Mid-Continent Public Library, and I'm here today to share some of my favorite reads of 2023 as part of our MCPL Best of 2023 coverage. I'm going to start out with a title that is a love letter to books and libraries. It is What You Are Looking For is in the Library by Michiko Ayama. And this Japanese novel is about 5 different people who are kind of at a crossroads in their life, lacking purpose and direction, when they stumble upon a community library. And there they find an unusual librarian who gives them books not just on the topics of their choosing, but also one random book that is totally out of left field. And of course, it is this book that ends up serving as the inspiration for them moving forward. What I liked about this book is that each of these books does not lead to some grand epiphany or life-changing moment, just a possible new way of seeing in the world, maybe a conversation or a memory, or it starts the spark of an idea that causes them to take just one tiny step towards a dream. What I also like about this book is that each of these people serve as a catalyst for someone else to make a positive change in their lives as well. Again, this is just a beautiful ode to the power of books and reading and libraries. Up next is Lone Women by Victor LaValle, and it says a lot about Victor LaValle's storytelling that this made my list of one of my favorite books of 2023, even though it combines 2 genres that I don't normally read, Westerns and horror. This book follows Adelaide in the 1910s, and her parents have closely guarded this heavy chest that contains some horrific secret whose contents are never to escape. But one day they do, and that leads to the traumatic death of her parents. So Adelaide escapes to Montana in order to leave behind that trauma, but she must take with her the burdens of that heavy chest and the secrets it contains. So this is both a book about what life is like on the frontier for women and the solidarity she finds with others there, but also about how you can't ever really leave the past and its secrets and horrors behind. Next, I have a nonfiction choice. You Can Make This Place Beautiful by Maggie Smith. Maggie Smith is a poet, and this is the memoir of her marriage and divorce. And this memoir is told not chronologically, but in short vignettes around themes that are beautifully and introspectively told. What I liked about this memoir is that Maggie Smith doesn't just focus on the things she does say about her marriage, but also the things that she doesn't say and why she isn't saying them. So part of it are the things that she decides to keep secret because her children may one day read her memoir. But also, she recognizes that her story is only one story of the marriage and that her husband's side might look completely different. But what most resonated for me were the things that Maggie doesn't say because she doesn't know the answers, because her husband hasn't revealed some of the true sources behind the demise of her marriage. And so this memoir is both a way for Maggie to explore some of those questions, but also as a form of catharsis to leave some of those nagging questions behind once and for all and to move on. Up next, we have the novel Chain Gang All-Stars by Nana Kwame Adjei-Brenyah. I had read this author's debut short story collection, Friday Black, and so I knew to expect something imaginative and bold and maybe a little brutal, and this novel certainly delivered. This book follows the privatized prison system and a near-future dystopia, and the prison system has formed an hard sports league. And prisoners can choose to enter this league and win their freedom after 3 years, but first they must fight several gladiatorial battles to the death in order to win their freedom. Of course, very few get there, but 2 are very close. They are the legendary warriors Thurvor and her lover, Hurricane Stax. And so this novel follows not just the progress of these 2 women, but also some of their chain mates, who are the loosely affiliated teammates in their battles, but also some of their rivals. We get the perspectives of a protest league who are fighting the existence of this competition, but we also get the perspective of 2 hardcore fans, which is super interesting. We follow a husband and wife, and the wife is initially skeptical of her husband's enthusiasm, but she soon becomes just as obsessed as he is. And it's a really interesting stand-in for our own relationship to violence and entertainment, and perhaps our own complicity in that. What I also liked about this novel is that the author peppers his story with footnotes that illuminate real-life people and practices and statistics from our own carceral system to add to the social commentary. And my final selection is a speculative short story collection, Lost Places by Sari Pinsker. There are lots of really wonderful and fun and imaginative and sometimes sinister stories in this collection. My favorite of the bunch takes place in a near future world where all communication has been shut off, and an out-of-work librarian finds new purpose in teaching the neighborhood girls how to roller skate and how to become activists. So those are just a few of my favorite reads in 2023. Please join us in the NCPL Readers Lounge Facebook group to share some of your favorite reads of this year too.